The diet sugar rush is gaining a cult following. You don't believe me? Well, they even have their own song.
Vanellope von Schweetz is the spunky main character of her video game, Sugar Rush. But that all changed when the character Turbo recoded the game. His changes resulted in everyone forgetting Vanellope and transformed her into a glitch.
Now, a glitch is what this cult refers to as any biological problem that is caused by sugar, such as blood sugar swings, insulin resistance, irritable bowel syndrome, etc. Now, Turbo, who's a lobbyist for Big Corn, came into this scene and wrecked everything by introducing all these candies which are pumped full of high fructose corn syrup, thus wreaking havoc with their systems, especially his nemesis, the one who knows too much, Vanellope.
Vanellope begins to fizzle when she feels Ralph, her only friend, has betrayed her. In these highly emotional situations, Vanellope is exposed to the manipulation of the coded world around her. Integrated into the code of the game, which changes her behavior within Sugar Rush. In high emotion situations especially, manipulated code would begin to act out and change the character. He's transformed himself into King Candy, which seems out of his personality.
Going to the internet!
Super excited!
And it seems the larger vegan community was affected by this, changing a lot of characters' personalities, causing them to attack each other, give up on the vegan diet, and generally freak out.
Everybody has a bad day. Every racer has a day when they lose the race. Close your eyes, it's getting better. Don't let go of your dream of winning first place.
And it seemed like the vegan diet was not the healthy, righteous diet that was claimed.
Maybe sometimes our engine stalls a little while. It won't stop you from crossing the line up ahead. When your thoughts go sour, make them sweet instead. S-U-G-A-R, jump into your racing car, say sugar rush, sugar rush. S-U-G-A-R, jump into your racing car, say sugar rush, sugar rush. Keep it forward, pedal to the metal.
Everybody has a bad day. Every vegan has a day when they eat some meat. And it looks better. Don't let go of your dream of being a star. When your thoughts go sour, make them sweet instead.
Really like to use this knife. Like, he really does deserve to die. Like, he calls me a sociopath.
How about I just take my gun and put you out of your... You know what I hate most about you?
I need something sweet, something in the brandy beat. Hold my hand. Hey, look what I found! More pancakes!
Let's pancake.
Operate your racing car. Operate your arteries.
What can Can it be that calls me to this place today? This lawless car ballet, this place called Slaughter Race.
Welcome back, watch your hat. Hate to see you end up dead.
Let's get this party rolling.
There was a way though to free the kingdom of Turbo and save Vanellope. If she could become a roster character again in her racing game by winning the roster competition.
So what happened on the internet is that diet scammers such as Turbo got a lot of people thinking that foods like fruit and grains were just as bad as candy, junk food, because of the sugar.
I don't really understand this, because who cares what the code was meant to be?
Well, it turns out that sugar was never the actual problem with those foods. The problem is they're junk foods manufactured. They don't have the vitamins and minerals, and they combine fat and carbs, which are bad together. And that's the information they left out of the internet, corrupting the search engine code. And this effectively breaks the internet search engines and the way they're supposed to work.
The less thinking you do, the more popular you are online. So let's make a video that we put no thought into and break the internet. Think about it, but don't, because again, that is the key to failure.
When someone does a search for this type of information, they're only going to get the lie instead of the truth.
Turbo's behavior wouldn't make sense if glitches or changed data was unable to leave the game, leading me to believe Turbo lied about the reason Vanellope couldn't leave Sugar Rush.
As a matter of fact, the whole idea of a sugar rush is a myth. There's actually no such thing, yet a lot of people believe it because it is perpetuated by just about all of pop culture. Many TV shows, even movies.
Consider this. Isn't it weird everyone in Sugar Rush, or any other game, was created and manipulated code just like supposed glitches?
I think the myth is perpetuated by kids' parties where they're eating a lot of junk food and they're hyper. But kids eat sugar and junk food all the time. The difference is the party. That's what's making them hyper. The science is there's supposed to be sugar in your blood, and it's called blood sugar. It should not be too high or too low. Now, refined foods, called sugar, does cause your blood sugar to go too high, but that doesn't mean your body's just going to freak out and you'll have too much energy. The body stores energy. We're all made of energy. The pancreas makes insulin to remove that excess sugar from the blood and put it in other places. Store it or burn it off through thermogenesis.
Think about it.
Think about it, but don't, because again, that is the key to failure.
So when the survivors like myself caught on to what these hucksters were doing and spread the word through the internet, these scammers and sugar lobbyists and meat lobbyists had to find a new market to keep up their business. Good news! With this information, Vanellope has freed herself and will join in the fight to save the world. What's important for people to know is that you shouldn't get off carbohydrates. See, that's why they brought so many people down and weakened them. You want to get the good carbohydrates from the good foods. A lot of fruit. You should eat fruit on its own and then have grains as a meal with other vegetables, beans. And you should eat all you want, and you can eat all you want when you eat like this, because these foods will not make you gain weight.
Vanellope does it. She wins the race, the world is saved. So if she wasn't a real glitch, and maybe glitches don't even really exist in the capacity they describe them to be, Vanellope is an altered portion of Sugar Rush, with some irregular behavior. Her problems had nothing to do with the equipment itself. Vanellope is exposed to the manipulation of the coded world around her, but she eventually learns to control her new coded state.
Focus and concentrate and
We learn through King Candy, characters can change code, but Vanellope learns to do something much more powerful. She can control the code from within the game, so the most powerful video game character in Wreck-It Ralph. Like Neo in The Matrix, she actively changes the code within the game without being near the code itself.
Have no fear of the curves.
Don't get buried, wash away your tears. Get rid of your fears. There is something sweet, sugar will change your beat in your heart.
So when your life goes sour, make it fruit instead.